I hate when my friends ask me for advice and then don't do what I tell them I think they should do. It really irritates me. So if your friends are like that too, maybe you need the DM dilemma. Maybe you need to DM us, Adam and Allison on Instagram. Tell us what's going on, and then we'll offer you some advice on Y101.
Absolutely. And Wants to Pay Willy did just that. He slid into the DMs saying, my friend never lets me pay. We get together about every other month for lunch or dinner, and he always insists on paying. He doesn't have any kids and has a high-paying job, but even though I have kids, I still make a good living, and I can afford to pay for our meal. I feel guilty that he always pays and makes me not want to get together with him as often. I want it to be more equitable. How can I let him know that I don't love that he never lets me pay without risking making it uncomfortable for either of us?
Why do you have to let him know? Like, just enjoy it at that point. Like, unless this guy is saying things, oh, you know, I make so much more money than you, let me pay, I can afford it. If he's trying to, like, big baller you or whatever, I could see you being upset about that, but it doesn't sound like that's what's happening here. It sounds like Willy's friend just wants to do something nice for Willy and feels like that's how he can show his appreciation for Willy's friendship.
I do agree that Willy's friend is probably just a generous person, and maybe that's his love language, is gift giving. He likes being able to buy things for other people. So my suggestion to Willy of how you could kind of pay him back without making it awkward is if there are regular spots that you go out to lunch, think about how much you would typically spend on a lunch. Maybe you would spend about $50, $100. Get a gift card at all of those places, and then that way he can pay every time, but you know that you already kind of paid your share. You got him a gift card at this burger place and at this Mexican restaurant.
That's actually a really good idea.
Thank you.
If you need to, Willy, go ahead and go with Allison's idea. But I would encourage you to listen to me and do not feel badly about this. Just allow him to, you know, and then maybe one day he will have a kid and then you'll be able to treat him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doing a DM dilemma about Wants to Pay Willy, who's got a friend who I think is a dink. Double income, no kids.
Yeah.
And the dink wants to pay for dinner and lunch every single time they hang out. Willy's like, I could pay sometimes too. I think that Willy just needs to not make it awkward and just accept it. Like, just be happy about it.
No, I understand, Willy. I've been this friend. I like it to feel equal. I don't want it to feel like you're always paying for me. So I suggested think of the places you go out to eat. Maybe that Mexican restaurant, get a $50 gift card. The steakhouse, get a $100 gift card and give those gift cards to him. So that way you're kind of paying.
And have you done this before?
I have. I've had to do this before. I had a friend who we would always go out to eat. She would always want to pick up the tab. And so I just one time bought her a bunch of gift cards and was like, well, the next time we went out, I was like, are you going to use the gift card? You might as well use the gift card.
So I have a friend who he would always pay. Like twice a year, I see this guy, and we always go out for yings and wings, beers and wings. That's what we do. And for a while, he would pay like every single time. And I said, you know, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, you're paying to fly up here. You're making time to see me. Like, I want to do it. But then I was like kind of happy. One of the last times we went, he was like, oh, 2 checks. And then I was like, no, 1 check. I got it. But was that like the wrong move?
I don't think that was the wrong move.
Either.
But we got somebody who texted in who might think that that's the wrong move because they say maybe his friend likes him. Let's make it even more awkward.
I never even thought of it.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
hadn't considered that either.
I would assume that if it's been years of paying for monthly lunches and dinners, he would have indicated if he was looking for more out of Willy than just the friendship.
Yeah, I think that's just somebody looking to stir the pot.
Jesse, what do you think?
Well, I had a friend that used to do that. He used to be like, if I eat steak, you eat steak. If I do this, you do this. So it says you got to sneak up there as soon as you get to the restaurant, drop your card as soon as you walk in the door, say it's going to be on this, and leave it up there.
Have you pulled that move? I've only ever heard of that happening.
Oh, I've witnessed that move.
I've done it. I've done it before.
And then is that uncomfortable?
No, because that way he's like, the meal's already taken care of. And he was like, well, who are you talking about? I was like, oh, I got this one. You know, you don't have to do that. So.
Did that friend end up stealing that idea in the future so you couldn't do that? Like, then did you try to show up to a restaurant and he had already put his card down?
No, he was more of the cash type person, so that's why he hardly ever
Sneaky.
used the card.
Thank you for the call, Jesse. We appreciate you. Tam says, good morning. I agree with Adam. However, I am a woman and I am old school. So those facts influence my opinion.
Well, but if it's two women going out to eat as friends, it's not a date. What's old school about that? If I have a friend who's always paying, that doesn't feel very old school. It feels like I should get one and then they could get one, or we just pay for ourselves.
But to look at it a little more macro, is it an old school idea that if there are two people maybe at different income levels or different expense levels, like one has a whole family, one is just a single guy, that the old school mentality would be whoever has more money pay for the nice thing? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Jerry, you always have out of the box advice for us. What you got?
I think he should start ordering ridiculous items off of the menu.
Oh, you're thinking the seafood tower. I'll take a seafood tower, please.
Yeah. And, if that fails and that doesn't irritate the fella enough, you could always just bring more people and then be like, hey, man, look, I know it's just me and you normally, but he's another good friend, and I'm going to have to pay because I brought someone,
That's actually a decent idea. I mean, I don't know about trying to order, like, let's get the filet, let's get the seafood tower, let's do all this. I think just inviting a third person from the jump and be like, listen, I invited this guy, let me pay.
Or how about I would like to order the to-go ribeye. My dog, I promised my dog a steak dinner.
Oh, silly. He's going to be so cool.
Jerry, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate you, my man.